Picture this. You're in a job interview and the interviewer knows exactly what you're thinking. Sounds like a sci-fi movie, right? But with mind-reading technology, this futuristic scenario could become a reality. This tech has the potential to completely change how companies hire. It's exciting and a little scary at the same time. We're talking about brain-computer interfaces and emotion detection software. They could be used to figure out if you're the perfect fit for a job just by analyzing your thoughts and feelings. Let's be real though. Traditional interviews are already nerve-wracking. Can you imagine trying to impress a potential employer while they're basically reading your mind? It's a lot to process. But before we spiral, let's dive into what this technology can actually do and the ethical tightrope it walks. The truth is, the future of hiring might be closer than we think. And honestly, it's not all doom and gloom. There could be some really positive changes, like less bias in the hiring process. But we need to be cautious and make sure this technology doesn't turn into some dystopian nightmare. We need rules and ethical guidelines to keep things in check. Okay, so maybe we're not at the totally reading your mind stage yet. But guess what? Mind-reading technology is already a thing in some industries. Take the smart cap, for example. It's a device that uses EEG to keep tabs on brain activity. They're using it in mining and transportation to prevent accidents and make sure workers aren't totally exhausted. Pretty cool, right? Then there's emotion detection software. You know, the kind that analyzes your facial expressions and those tiny micro-expressions you're not even aware of making. It's being used for security reasons like spotting potential threats. Think airport security, but way more advanced. But here's where things get a little ethically murky. Using this technology for employee monitoring and, yes, even job interviews is raising some major red flags. Privacy, anyone? It's one thing to use it for safety, but using it to judge whether someone deserves a job based on their thoughts and feelings? That's a whole other can of worms. We need to tread carefully, people. We need to have serious conversations about consent, privacy, and the potential for misuse. Because let's be honest, technology this powerful could easily be abused. And that's not a future any of us want to be a part of. Fast forward to a future where you're sitting in a job interview, but instead of the usual questions, you're hooked up to a machine called MinDViz. It's scanning your brain, creating images of what you're seeing in your mind, and analyzing your cognitive abilities in real time. Welcome to the future of hiring, where your thoughts and skills are laid bare for all to see. Now, before you start freaking out, let's look at the potential upsides. This kind of technology could help employers identify the best candidate for the job based on their actual abilities, not just their resume or how well